Hey cool kids, this week I'm doing the Draw This Again challenge, this time with my OC Lucia. I originally didn't plan to do this specific video this week, especially since I did OC art last week. I had it planned that I'd either do fan art this week or my piece for this month's contest of the month, but neither of those really panned out, and I was in the mood to draw Lucia anyway, so I figured why not. Lucia is from the same story as Wilcrow, the character I drew last week, and it's a story I've been working on and off for a while now. I think I started developing it in late middle school, but I don't quite remember. Lucia didn't come about until later iterations of the story though, when I decided I probably needed a romantic interest. And I mean, she's still sort of the romantic interest of the story, but she's definitely grown a lot character-wise since. The specific picture I'm redrawing is from 2013. I think the original was drawn in GIMP, although I'm not entirely sure. I considered keeping the pose from the original just because I like when there are some similarities between the redraw and the original, so it's easier to compare the two. But the original pose, it's just like so boring. Like, I drew that character standing still with their right hand on their hip pose pretty much any time I wanted to show a character was a little snarky. And I'm kind of sick of it, so I decided to go for something a little different. The new pose still isn't necessarily dynamic, and I definitely struggled with those legs, but I think it's got a lot more going for it than the original pose while still conveying the same feeling. And then there was the coloring. Lucia's basic backstory is that she's a dead person who was accidentally reanimated by a cult, and so I wanted to convey that by giving her an undead type skin tone. In the original image, this was done by making her very pale, but I didn't like how that worked with her whole color scheme, so I decided to experiment with some other options. I thought about maybe giving her a normal skin tone, but I settled instead on a more greenish zombie type skin tone. I don't know if this is what I'm going to keep for her in future drawings, but I thought it worked nice with the composition of this piece. I feel like I should also mention that X over her eye. I know it's over her right eye in the original, but for some reason I had it fixed in my mind that it was supposed to be over her left eye. Like, I even had the original image right next to me while I was doing the sketch, but I guess I thought maybe, the original image was wrong and, maybe all the other art of Lucia had the X over her left eye, but nope, it's always over her right, so whoops. Also, her outfit. I always hated the ensemble I gave her in the 2013 pic. It's just so not good. So I decided to give her a look a little closer to some of the original concept art I did of her back in the day, which I might also show at the end of this video. I used to draw her in a lot of dungarees and rompers, so I don't know why I decided to stick her in that boring jeans and v-neck combo in the original drawing. I think I was trying to show that she's not like other girls because she doesn't care about her appearance and just wears whatever is comfortable, YOLO or whatever, but I also drew her in lipstick, so I don't know what I was doing. I kept the actual application of the color more simplistic than I usually do, mostly because I didn't really feel like doing something with a lot of texture or really dramatic lighting. I think it's fun to push myself in art, but it's also nice to just go back to the basics on a piece every now and then and stick with something I'm comfortable with. I did try to push myself a little more with the background, but I just couldn't make as detailed as I'd planned because I ran out of time, and so it's not the best background I could have done, but it works with the overall style of the piece, I think, so I guess that's good. All in all, I'm happy with how this came out, although there are definitely things I would have done better in the future. I wish I'd pushed the pose and her facial expression a little more, or at the very least made that pose just a little more anatomically correct, but setting poses in general just aren't my strong suit, and it's definitely something I need to work on. I also feel like Lucia came out looking a little too young. She's supposed to be in her mid-20s, but she's also supposed to have a very rounded face, so trying to find a happy medium between the two was a bit of a struggle. Still, I like the new painting a lot more than the 2013 version, and hopefully you do too. I'm sorry I didn't really talk about Lucia much as a character in this, but I'm planning on turning this story into a comic at some point this year, and when I'm a little further along in that process, I might do like Meet the OCs video with all the main cast if that's something you'd be interested in. But that is all I have to say for this video, so thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you next time. Bye!